And what I'm gonna do is all of that is good, but there's two products that will take care of all of that where you won't have to use it.
Mm.
It's Mizani, Mizani, and it's their curl line, and it's usually a tan bottle, depending on how you see color,
Mhm.
tan, gold. The coconut souffle and the co-wash. That's all you're gonna need. The co-wash is to shampoo the hair. It's not to lather up, so it won't lather. It's not meant to lather because
Mhm.
it's moisture. So with her hair, what I'm noticing, there's curly hair does one to two types of things.
Mhm.
It gets either really, how you say, flyaways, has a lot of flyaways
Which
that
she
won't lay
does.
down,
Yeah.
or it tends to get really dry where it curls the most. So if you notice here, because I spotted it yesterday when you were playing with her hair. When it starts to look like really dry, real, I don't want to say matted, but that's the
Mhm.
best word I can
Yeah.
think of. And when you pull it out and you have to kind of out and comb through it. But if you have to, when it dries and you kind of have to break it to pull
Yeah.
it apart, it's lacking a lot of moisture. Now you're doing great up here, but I always tell people you don't need a whole lot here because when it's closer to the scalp, you got more natural oil, your
Mhm.
own body heat that will do that. That's why we tell them don't worry about the scalp. You want to work midway down. That's where all the tangles happen. So what you want to do, because I noticed, that's why I say start from the root, because all we're doing is making sure it hasn't walked up.
Mhm.
So if you can take a fine tooth comb like this, and if you have to start doing this, so if it tangles bad, you want to take it and hold it as tight as you can because you can't play with tangles. That
Yeah.
just makes it tingle. But you do have to play to the sensitivity. So what I do is I try to comb the bottom to see how bad it is. If I can kind of like with her, I can kind of get through. But if I hit that one tangle, I notice you go like that.
Yeah.
So start off kind of soft, and you can already see that's just dry,
Mhm.
dry, and then comb it through, because it won't come out until you get that bottom taken care of. So do that. Then once we do that, then we go back through, drop it down, and see how much more we can comb it through.
Mhm.
And then that way you can better see what's all need to be taken, and all of that needs to come. And that goes right in line with what we were already taking. So what I would do is like how you had it in two sections. This is for if you don't know how to cut hair.
Mhm.
Start one section at a time. Don't just pull it down. That's an advanced technique. And if you don't know how to fix it or get that under hair, you're just going to go shorter and shorter and
Mhm.
shorter. So what I did, because I've already done it, but I want you to do the other side. So when you do, once you start with one side, always have them look down because what you're doing is you're pushing out that bottom length. That top length is, is already over directed anyway.
Mhm.
If you keep it up, all you've done was overcut the top and undercut the bottom. So that's why you have them look down, and especially with curly hair, as far as you can. So that way you're saving length in the process. So once she looks down, take a small snip. People want to get like they've been a stylist for years. No, small snips. They even teach you this. So what you want to do, once you cut one section, so say like this section was still up, because we're not going to recut it. You want to take just a little piece, about a good inch size, because you're determining how much needs to be taken off, and whatever you take is going to go all the way across the board. You don't want to overstretch the curl too much, because
And you don't
remember,
want to wet it.
Me, well, that's an advanced technique. For you, you'll probably wet it. Only reason why I say as dry as you possibly can because you will overcut.
Oh,
So
okay.
the water elongates
Got
the
it.
hair.
Yeah. So
So
you think you have more length than you actually
yeah,
do.
that
Okay.
part. So she's looking down, and people, this has been a long going debate. Some say you cut curly hair dry, some say you cut it wet. Honestly, if you got a good, accurate guy and you pull it out, you'll catch it every time, whether dry or wet. I just prefer wet because some curls go up, some
Mhm.
curls a little more loose, and you don't know what it's going to do. So, this right here, see how you're pulling and stretching?
Mhm.
That's what we call tension. You don't want too much tension, so you always kind of let it go back in its natural state. Once you get that, hold it there, and then you come in here to look to see you know, what you need to take. So we've already cut this part. But see how it's only no more, because I've spread it out, but it's about a, again, inch and it wide. Small snip, 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 snip. And you want to make sure, I'm not going all the way down because I don't have hair, but you want to make sure you do nice, clean snips. Because if you stop, it creates ridges and stuff like. So when you make that snip, you have to have enough hair to make a clean swoop all the way through your section. Then you're going to keep that section, another small section, and that's going to go into the section you previously cut. This has now become your guide. This is what's going to guide you all the way through the haircut. Same thing. You want to make sure you get enough tension. See where we're at. Sorry. Kind of loosen it up. And then you'll see your short piece and your long piece. You literally pick up where that short piece is, snip, snip. It should be at least per section, at least 2 to 3 snips. Anything more than that, you're making ridges or you probably missed the mark. That's okay, because what you do is you let it go down, keep her head down, and you just go, psh. All you got to do, because that's catching the underhair. When you come to the side, at that point when she's at the side, she needs to look up. So what's happening is if you keep her hair down, it's going to go at an angle. And so when she raises up, it's going to be slightly longer here when it's not. Now, if you want to some people do like that. They like the front to look longer than the back. But when you comb it in the back, it's all straight across. That's how you do like a stacked bob or an angle bob. But in her case, we need her to look up because she got curly hair. You can easily overcut if her hair is too down or too up. And coming around this way, and then you'll automatically start to see your guide come into play. And then you just keep pulling. Once you've done with this section, now you got a new guide. Take that section, that piece of hair, and it's important when you hit that corner because if you don't give it a nice round or a clean shape, it looks boxy. And so to combat that, you do this here, and this should be like one clean, just then done. And then you'll literally stand to the side. Your cutting positions are important. If you're back here, you're still working on this area. And if you keep cutting this area, this is longer, this is longer, this is shorter, then you have to go back and redo everything again. Literally, physically move over and grab that other section, grab some of your new section, a little piece of the old section, bring it together, and you'll see a short guide, your long guide. And then you'll finish it up. And that's how you'll do the whole side. Every time you get a section, you should be walking like this. Because you gotta stand in front of the section. I cannot stress that enough. It matters. And you do the same thing. You take some of the old section and you get some of your new section. And it should be nice, clean. Now, this is still gonna have a point. Cause see how it comes down slightly? But I'm gonna show you, we're gonna get to that in a minute. You leave that, because that's part of your guide. So you're gonna leave that. So then, now, you come back to the back again, and also your lighting matters too. Because notice how I stepped there, you can see it.
Yeah.
But when you cover it, that's again how you would overcut. So now that we know what we're cutting, this is the clean section we just cut. I'll take a little piece of that. That needs to come all the way out of the way. Bring another little piece down. Look down for me.
Yeah, look now.
There you go. So now you see that guide. See how that's the shortest piece. Don't worry about trying to comb it all the way through and all that, because sometimes you're just going to make it more tangled. We already know that this is going. Bring it to the back. This makes it a 45. This makes it a 90. You just did a stack bob. Okay.
Okay.
This,
interesting.
You have to cut at a 90 degree, straight bottom, what we call a straight line. And when you do, so I'm used to cutting standing up. For you, she would need to sit down. Make sure your elbows are parallel to the floor. I promise you will know if it's not because the haircut will look like this. So the hair is going to follow whatever your hand does. Parallel to the floor. And you'll learn how to start this is what we call a cutter stance. Because whenever you comb and do the hair, because you always want your tools at hand when you're ready. And it's weird at first, but you'll get used to it. You bring it down. So we already know that that's what we're cutting. So remember I said we got the tension. We want to bring that up. And then this moves, your thumb is what moves the scissors. This hand never should move. It look like it does, but it should not. Stabilizer your cutting finger. See how that's a nice swoop? Look, see how clean that edge is? See how to clean that edge is? Now, rule of thumb, you don't cut past the knuckle. Stylists will cut past the knuckle. Do not cut past the knuckle. You will cut yourself every time if you don't know. Let all that excess drop, and we just want to bring it down, and we want to get any little edges, because believe it or not, I don't care how minute, it will show at the end of the haircut. So you come back, reposition, snoop. See, now you got a nice clean.
Girl, yeah.
Bring that, and that levels right on out with the rest. Then you're going to come back over. Thank you. You're going to take another small piece of that previous section. Move this on out the way. I'm taking what I normally take. I'm trying to trim it down because I'm so used to it. And then, so see how when you have to do that? Yeah, that's a good indication. And it's a good thing you caught it when you did, because it was about to get, it was going to get up there real quick. And we take that, push this out the way. Make sure you have a nice clean working area. If you have too much hair this way or the other, normally you would use hair clamps. But because what'll happen is you'll pull some extra hair that you don't need to pull, because that needs to go a different way. So again, we're combing it, and what we're doing at this point is we're making sure it's not tangling through. So now that we pretty much know it's sitting at the bottom, and like I said, don't worry about trying to get that to come, because it's just not. So we got our tension straight to the back, and this is what we call palm to palm, because you're cutting palm to palm.
Oh, okay.
So again, clean snip, clean snip. Now remember, I said don't cut past the knuckle. I'm not gonna cut past the knuckle because I'm teaching, so I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. And see, that's why I say don't worry about any of the excess, because you're gonna get all that, because you can see it. This is her top hair. That's bottom hair that we've yet to cut. That's why it's imperative that she looks down. And you just make clean snips. And then bring it back to check. And voila. And then, so remember how I said every time you pick a section you should move? So now we're at what I call the corner section. This is where you'll get the block look every time. So you're just taking a little piece of her back that you've already cut, and a little piece of the front, because that's going to help shape the rest of the side, but it kind of curves it naturally. Now some people do like the block look. If they like it block, just bring this and bring it to the back. This is what we call over directing.
Okay.
Because this is its normal position. Now we've over directed to save length, but to give it a particular shape. That is a rule of cutting hair. If you want it to look this way, you stand behind, you get blocked. You come to the side, you get a curve. If you tilt, you get a stacked curve. You see what I'm saying? So, with curly hair, you want to make sure that it's more curved, because it just looks better with curly hair. And also, another thing, your back is always your guide. You always start from the back, because that will determine how short or how long the sides go. You don't never, now, again, it's an advanced technique. You can't start from the side, but it is a beast to work from here to here, because normally more hair comes off here than it would in the back. That's why we start in the back. Now, a lot of people, this is what I do, because I've been doing it. I can take this whole section, taking it, and then go back. Like, I don't do that, because you're not going to be able to fix it. You're going to overcut it every time like clockwork. But just so you know why we do what we do. If you bring it up like this, that's that's about a 45. That would be stacked bob. If you bring it out 90, is how we create layers. Okay. But it'll take away your stacked once you cut
Got
that
it.
90. So you always, a stack bob is always at a 45. Any other type of style, straight out at a 90 or up like that. When you're doing like this is over directing to preserve length. So if we're not sure how the hair is going to lay, we will always over direct. That's how you catch yourself. But when you let it down, you'll start to see it's heavy right there. It is because you over directed it. Remember, we kept it longer. So now we're going to come back here. And it's imperative that she looks down, so it's good that she's looking down. So now you see that section again, making sure everything is good, picking up our cutting area. See how you got your, oh, that's where I was going with that. So you can start here and it will be 2 inches. But depending on how the front is, if it has a natural taper or hangs longer, you may take more off on this side than you did that side. That's just because this side had more hair.
Yeah.
So don't get alarmed by that because your guide is still the same.
Yeah.
That's how, so by the time you get done, it's going to be level. And some babies just have more hair in spots than others. Not a lot you can do about that. You just, at that point, if it's still making it look too off, we cut it to look even versus being even. Again, I will not tell you to do that because it's hard to do, even for a stylist. And I've been doing it for way too long. So see, we got our short guide there. Okay, baby face, can you look down for me? Hey, you feeling better?
Yeah.
Okay, look down for me.
I was just
There we
in
go.
a rough
Perfect.
way last night.
Again, but this is considerably more on this side than that side. So which tells me she's heavier on this side.
Yeah.
So when you go back to doing your hair, her hair, you're gonna want to concentrate more on this side and that side together because you need them to start leveling out. So what I tell parents, we'll get to that later because we're jumping ahead. So again, clean snip, don't cut past the knuckle, clean snip. And this is what we call underhand because it's no longer palm to palm. This is incorrect cutting. Don't cut this way. It is called carpal tunnel. Always palm to palm.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because I've got that bad. And I've gotten carpal tunnel from cutting the wrong way. So, okay. So now see how that gave it a nice, beautiful round shape?
Yeah, and I can actually wear her hair down because I keep her hair braided because it was just getting in the way for one, and then it was so long she was starting to do this.
When they, because that actually the kids will give you signs when it's time for a haircut. The hair will start to tell you, hey, we're starting to go down the wrong path. It's time for a haircut. And a lot of times parents think, oh, well, I need this product. No, it just simply needs a haircut. It needs a refreshing. So now, so she's already lifting her head up, so that's good. So again, now we can come all the way to the side.
What up?
We can come all the way to the side, and now we're gonna do is finish what we started here.
I know. They got the good sleep. No, I didn't.
Yeah. So see there, make sure your fingers are level straight. Because if you this goes up, you just made a little curve. So you really taper the front. You don't want to taper the front unless that's what you want. Again, palm to palm. Hand is it's hard to keep it level this way. But clean snip, clean snip, clean snip. And then take that little excess off. And so now you got nice even cut all the way around. Now remember how I told you it comes down at an angle in the front? So now what we do here, can you look up for me, Faith? Okay, what I need you to do, I need you to look right here at my eyes, okay? You're going to keep looking here, and I'm going to pull the hair here, okay? I need you to look through the hair, okay? I don't see your eyes. You see my eyes? There you go. So beautiful. Keep your head up for me.
Great, look up.
Look at me. Look, there you go. We're going to get it out of your face in just a minute, okay? Give me one second. Keep looking up. Keep looking up.
Here.
There we go. Now, it's important that she keeps her chin up. If you dip it down, remember you get, Hold on.
Hold on.
Give me one moment.
We're almost done.
Look
Okay,
up at me.
Here.
Look at me.
Look up, look.
Wait. Just real quick. Real quick. Look at mommy. Look at mommy real fast. We're going to get it out of your face. So you have your guide there in the front. Snip, snip, snip. And when you look, you need to look up for me.
Look up.
Hold on. I know. It's in the way. I know, mamas. We're going to get it. So when you look at her hair, the main piece needs to be leveled. Now, of course, I left this on purpose because I need to gauge and guide. Hold on. But see how it walks all the way around. So that's how you know you're getting the front even and level. So now that you got a guide, look up for me. Look up. There you go. You're just going to clean that excess. That's all that is.
So good, Faye.
Excess. Then you're going to come here. And by this time, so now it doesn't matter if she's up or down because we got our guide.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about over directing, under directing, because once it curls up, it's going to do that anyway. But we know that the length is good. Straight out like that till you get to your end. Release some of that tension. Small snips, small snips. Okay, sweetie, last cut. I'm going to need you to look up at mommy for me. There we go. Now, the only reason why she's looking up here is because, again, this is her curve. So we need that to,
Okay.
to
Hold
be
on.
you.
Hold on.
So
Almost
now,
done.
You see how you got your
Yeah.
front guide and your back guide, which tells you we're leveled all the way around. And then all we do, snip, snip.
Good job, Faith.
And now we got a nice, beautiful, even haircut. Now, to double check, whenever you go to a salon and you want to check to make sure that it's done correctly, there's no hanginess, look this way for me. Can you look all the way down at your belly? Can you look right here? You bring it down. Of course, you would comb it because you're pushing out that bottom hair.
Faye, look at your belly.
Look at your belly for me. With curly hair, this is going to do that because remember, some go long, some. So don't cut this because you're going to be cutting layers. That's just what curly hair do. I can't get people to understand that. I want it nice and neat. It is nice and neat. It's just nice and neat. Now, if you want it crisp neat, you have to blow it out, straighten it out to get it. But just remember, when it goes in its natural state, some will go shorter, some will stay longer. Or you may have pulled it too much and then you've broken that bond. So that's why I like to cut in its natural state.
Yeah.
So now see, we don't have any long pieces hanging down and all of that right there. Then you're gonna come over here. You'll come to the side. Faith, can you lean like this for me? Perfect. Stay just like that. It's the same principle. You're pushing out any long hair, excess hair. We got nice and even around the side, so we're even. Can you put it to this shoulder like this? There we go. Now see here, we got that one long piece. So keep her in that cutting position, and we're level. All right, you're good. Yay!
Look at me, Faith. Cheese.
Cheese.
You did it.